Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's been a while since I posted anything. I was kind of going through a slump. I didn't feel like posting anything and I didn't feel like even shooting anything. And I'm glad that I at least got some of my readings and writings done. So today's video is going to be about reading slumps and how to get through them. We all go through reading slumps and it's quite normal. So here's a tip. When you're going on a reading slump and you've been going through a reading slump for quite a while, just give yourself time. Just take a break from reading. Don't overdo it and don't force yourself to read when you can't get into the book. When I go through reading slumps, I prefer reading thrillers because thrillers are fast-paced. And I prefer a book that keeps me engaged, keeps me hooked and gets me guessing what's going to happen next. And a good genre for that is thrillers. So here are some fast-paced book recommendations for you when you're going on a reading slump. The first book is Asylum Patient by Alex McCallandius. So this is a psychological thriller and a debut novel of the author. This is the story about Alicia, who loves her husband very, very much, until one day she shot her husband 5 times in his head. And there's Theo Faber, who is a forensic psychotherapist, who is convinced that he can successfully treat Alicia where all the others have failed. He convinced himself that he could successfully get her to talk, and he was obsessed with investigating her crime. So this gripping thriller is ranked highest in all the books that I've read of the genre. So I was going through a reading slump probably by the beginning of the year, and this book has been sitting on my shelf in like forever. And before getting into this book, I tried reading a couple of other books, but I just couldn't get into it. And then I picked this book, read a few pages, and I was like, okay, this is it. So give this book a go. This is honestly worth the hype. And I saw a lot of reviews and ratings of this book where a lot of people claiming that they saw the twist coming, but I honestly didn't feel it coming. And this book kind of messes up with your head, and the plot had me guessing from the beginning to the end. The next book on my list is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This one is a simple and light-hearted romance, and this novel is about two teens, Aristotle and Dante, who didn't have much in common, but they still got along with each other very well. And they forged a strong friendship, and soon they go through adolescence and they start questioning who they really are and their true purpose. This one's a light-hearted and simple romance, considering with the other books that I've chosen for this video. And the chapters are very small and easy to grasp. The third book on my list is Vivo Liars. This book has played a big role in getting me out of a reading slump also. So this story revolves around the Sinclair family, who are filthy rich and owns a private island. So this story speaks about 4 cousins, Johnny, Myron, Candace, and Gat, who get together in this private island every summer. So one summer, an accident occurs to Carrie, which causes her to lose some of her memories. And when she comes back to the island one summer, she becomes determined to find what really happened to her that summer, and she started questioning everything. So this book kind of messes up with your head too, and I had chills reading the last few chapters of this book. This book is just like wow. The fourth book on my list is Verity by Colleen Hoover. This book follows the main character Loven, who is a struggling author, well, more like a ghostwriter. And in the beginning of the book, Loven gets an offer to write the finishing books of a well-known series of a very popular author named Verity Crawford. This book falls to the category of suspense romance. So Loven feels a strong attraction towards Verity's husband, Jeremy, who offers her to stay in their home so that she could go through all of Verity's notes to complete the series. Loven then discovers a private manuscript of Verity which contains all of her dirty secrets. She then debates whether to show this manuscript to Verity's husband or to keep it hidden. So all the twists and turns in this book make this book a thrill ride, totally. And this book is different from other Queen Hoover's books. This book falls into a dark thriller, suspense romance. There are some trigger warnings in this book, so if you're not into dark books or confusing plots, just don't read this, but it had me hooked totally. The next book on my list is A Good Girl's Guide to Murders. This is about a 17-year-old schoolgirl who investigates a murder that rocked her town 5 years ago. This falls into the category of YA thriller mystery. So, a schoolgirl named Andy Bell was murdered, and it was believed that her boyfriend, Saul Zane, murdered her and then he committed suicide. Our main character, Pippa, has to do a capstone project for school, and she decided to go with Andy Bell's case. I never thought I would end up liking this book, but this book ended up on my favorites list. The last book on my list is the Selection series. So the original trilogy consists of The Selection, The Elite, and The One. And the continuation duology consists of The Heir and The Crown. So we'll be talking about the first 3 books. I read this when I was in my 8th grade, and this book played a big role on getting me into reading. So this is a young dystopian fairy tale romance, and there is like different caste systems in this book. There is the upper class and the lower class. Our main character, America Singer, belongs to one of these lower classes, and she was selected due to a nationwide lottery to go to the palace and compete for the love of the prince. And there's this system of selection whenever there's a male heir who's about to ascend the kingdom so that he can find himself a wife. This book didn't actually get me out of reading slump, but this book played a major role in getting me into reading when I wasn't a reader. That's pretty much the end of the video. Hope you like this video, and please do like and share, and do comment below if you've read any of these books that I've recommended.